So here we go. This is the top of sort of the very entrance to Glencoe. This is Rannoch Moor, they call this. Nice place to stop in this little car park on the left, because you get some phenomenal views, because it starts to get really high. I'm having to go down the gears to go up this hill here, so even with this van, which has got quite a lot of power in it, it's changed down to force to get up the hill. But beautiful mountains up here, absolutely stunning. It's such a fantastic place to go. So I think it's one of the biggest pleasures in my job, is actually getting to go all over Scotland to places I've never been before, even returning to places I have been before, and seeing them over and over again in all the different seasons. In the summer when it's hopefully hot and sunny, which doesn't happen that often, but even in the winter time when it's snowy, or in the autumn when all the trees have changed to yellows and browns, it just looks beautiful. Excuse me. I think we are very fortunate in Scotland to live in such a beautiful country, and I like to see it kept that way, and I wish all these people that throw their rubbish out their car windows would stop doing it, and I wish the government would go and do something and like give people £1,000 fines and 30 days litter picking as a deterrent, because I'm sure that would work, and then just double it every time they re-offend. I think that would soon put a stop to it. But councils themselves, I think they've got a lot to answer for, because every lay-by should have a bin in it, and it should be emptied regularly, and that means you wouldn't have to pay people to go and pick up all the litter. So you know, it's sometimes it's difficult to throw your rubbish into a bin because you can't find one. So here's one of the most unusual kind of looks in Scotland, this little like land of many lakes, I always used to call it. So off on the left there's lots of little lakes with little islands in them, and on the right as well of the road, so it's quite a dramatic, unusual looking, like a lunar landscape, I always used to think. Very beautiful. Late at night you'll often see loads of deer on this road, so it's one to be very careful of. I think in general, driving late at night in Scotland, and particularly in the winter time when all the deer come down off the hills, can be quite hazardous, because in particular you don't want to hit a red deer, because they're very big, so they would do a serious amount of damage to your car, and you wouldn't want to kill a deer anyway. They're such nice creatures, very, very soft. I'm sure if you've been on my YouTube channel before, you've probably seen a video of me at the King's House Hotel, which is actually coming up very soon, actually feeding the deer by hand, which is quite amazing considering they're wild, but they've got so used to people there that you can do it quite easily without any problem. And the last time I went, I was lucky enough to actually feed a stag, which I didn't in a million years think I would ever do, but it was great fun. So we're just going to come up to the King's House Hotel just now, and they'll be able to see a sign for it just as we go to the top of this hill on the right. And then I'll put the camera off for a little while until we actually get into the pass of Glencoe, and I'll start it again and show you the actual main road down into to Glencoe. One of my favourite places to go for a swim, which is under the bridge in Glencoe. Freezing cold water, but in the summertime when it's warm, it's very nice. It's crystal clear, and it's just something very nice about it. If you're into these kind of things, you'll know what I mean. So I will be back in a wee while with another video. Keep tuned.